Ordinary, extraordinary activism. Eliza Chandler walks through a set of glass doors and turns back to smile at the camera. She stops to look at art on a white gallery wall. The art consists of black and white portraits of people. Eliza Chandler. Eliza is sitting in a chair through a glass door. The door reads, Tangled Art Gallery. She is looking at a person with their back to the camera. Eliza is sitting in a conference room with her laptop. She is talking to a person off screen and waves across the room.
I want every disabled and mad person to feel like that when they enter the gallery. To feel like their presence was anticipated.
Eliza is sitting on a black leather bench in the middle of an art gallery room. She is wearing burgundy pants and a black sweater. Behind her is a white wall with 5 pictures hanging in a row, beginning from left to right. The pictures are of hands with open palms facing front. Hanging on the wall to the right is a portrait of a face that is half in shadow.
I want visually impaired folks and blind folks to come in the gallery and immediately be handed a device that will visually describe everything that is on the wall.
Eliza is still talking. A set of headphones plugged into small electronic devices rest on a desk. A sign reads, Audio Guides.
I want us to have art tours that are only directed at tactile art. So art that can be touched, so people can experience it.
Hanging on a gray wall towards the right is a piece of art on a rectangular piece of wood in the shape of a body. The body has tree branches for legs, fine wood for a torso and head, a plastic doll left arm, and half a jawbone for the right. A sign reads, This piece is a tactile work. Please touch. A person wearing a navy blue puffy coat is touching the body piece of art.
I want deaf people to come in and first of all, I want deaf people to find out about our shows, not by reading it, because English might not be a deaf person's first language. I want them to be able to see an ASL video blog that promotes our event. I mean, that's a way of saying, like, we hope that you come. We're going to think about you in the very moment that we're promoting an event. And so for me, what attracted me to disability art, the sense that I was desired, is what informs how I program all of Tangled's events. The number one problem that I think disability and mad artists face is that when we apply for grants and we get the grants, that counts as income. When ODSP throws you off of their program because you get an arts grant, it sends a clear message that disabled people are meant to be poor, and it also sends a message that you can either be an artist or you could be a disabled person. You know, we're imagining that disabled people will come to our events. We want them to come. We welcome them to come. So we anticipate that they will come. So we always make sure that we have lots of access information on the flyer so that people don't have to phone in and ask, right? We make sure that we always have an end time to an event so that people could book their wheel trans appropriately. And it's such a little thing, but if you notice in mainstream art culture, there's never an end time on events, and you know, it's a way of saying like, oh, it could go into the night, but that's fine. But some people have to book their transit.
Eliza walks through a gallery and pauses to look at the art. Black and white portraits with a dark background are framed in white. A white table with 2 legs is attached to the wall on the left.
So if I go in a gallery and I have trouble standing for a long time and I see seats or benches around, then I feel welcomed in the gallery in a different kind of way. If I arrive at the gallery and discover discover at 3, again, I feel welcome in that space. There are so many ways to be an activist. You can join a rally, you can do a sit-in, direct action, but you can also change your everyday practices, your language, your the way that you give out information, the way that you interact with people, right? So when I discovered, I can make the art world more accessible, and I can not only make it more accessible, but change the way we experience art and make art. That's what got me, because I love the art world, and if there's any space, any public space that I would want to be open and accessible and inclusive, it would be art spaces. I think the way that I navigate the system as an activist is to always anticipate that the system is built with normate people in mind, right? So it's not built for people like us, disabled, mad, deaf people. I think that it's my political responsibility to know as much of the experience of people who aren't me as possible, so that I can take that opportunity when I'm in front of someone who has some power to represent my community as well as I know how. Disabled artists and curators and mad artists and curators are on our way of establishing a new standard of artistic excellence.
Eliza is standing to the left in front of coats hanging on a rack. Half of the screen is blurred, and she gives a thumbs up to someone off screen.
Accessibility in the arts is so important for enacting disability rights, but it also gives us a chance to change the way that we create art and that we experience art. And I think that at that point of experiencing art, you're not just experiencing an accommodation as sort of an afterthought or something that's responsible to do, but you're experiencing art in a more dynamic way than you would have without those accommodations put in place, and to me that's so exciting. So for me that was the moment where I realized this isn't just good practice. It's creating a richer art ecology.
Principal investigator Melanie Panich. Co-investigators Chelsea Jones and Kim Collins. Student Alumni Advisory Committee members Marcia Ryan, Carolyn Lee Jones, Nicole Meehan, Pauline Mwangi, and Emily Delbecci. Transcriber Ursula Lipinski. Videographer and editor Jonathan Balaz. Special thanks Jonathan Duder and Image Arts Cage. Paris Master McRae and Ryerson University's School of Disability Studies. Ryerson Image Center. The Light Inside, Wendy Snyder McNeil, March 2016. Tangled Art Gallery and Exhibition, Constructed Identities by Persimmon Blackbridge, April 2016. Audio descriptions, Nicole Meehan, Natalie Rose. ASL interpretation, Gloria Brafoglio, Ronald Dans. Participants, Eliza Chandler, Kevin Jackson, Melanie Moore, Fran Odette, Barry Smith. Funded by Ryerson University's Learning and Teaching Enhancement Fund. Copyright 2016.